welcome, Towns.
Thank you for having me today, Mark.
Good to see you.
I usually call you Honorable now, but today I'll call you Mark for the sake of viewers. So that they don't know whether you are a senator or you are a governor to be.
My brother, if I was a senator or governor to be, I know you I will not be here.
You know what's up? Let me not say something so that they will not say that. We'll come to damage the system.
My intention today is to talk with you on fuel subsidy, Misoma and Jamshid, and Tam Paleowei's interception of, and then there has been this madness of Guinness World Records in this country. This morning I saw a video of a guy who said he wants to break the record for the longest cry.
No, I've already seen it. He was crying seriously.
You see that cry?
Even Guinness World Record was so surprised. A very terrible voice.
So about the fuel subsidy matter, opinions are divided on that thing. Personally, I think it's a good thing. It had to be removed. For Christ's sake, these guys, some guys are just being enriched. I was talking with someone who has an idea, of how things have been done. They were just telling me that okay, even Okonjo-Iweala came out to say that some fictitious records were there of non-existent oil transactions, and the government was just paying some people billions and billions and billions, and so I think it was a good thing they had to remove it. But then, the hardship is real, man.
Like I told you before we came on set, that my boatman, we almost fought. We almost blew because the price for the amount was ×2 increased. And even as that, when we got here, the thing was even beyond what I saw before. So we were like, guy, what's up now?
How is that possible?
I don't know. I don't know how there was no hold up. He was saying the fuel, in fact, please, that is round it up because it was 2,600 or so. I should give him 3,000 naira. I said, why do you think that I should give him 3,000 naira? Why not say that, okay, let me reduce 600 naira for you, just pay 2,000. So, no, guys, just, why do you feel that I should be the one? We're all suffering from safety. My price is now ×2 of what I usually pay.
It's true.
You too, you are saying the fuel has now increased, so we just take it like that now. It's none of our fault. So we don't go. So actually, it's affecting us all.
It's tough for everyone.
Like my side now, NEPA is no longer bringing like because of I think a cable theft or so. So to actually charge my phone, it was no fuel anyway now.
It's a problem. And that's the reason why I think these legal refineries, illegal bunkering rather, oil bunkering, I think it should be legalized. That's how we're solving this, subsidy problem. If you make it legal and you have a lot of guys, putting these things out there in the market, it will help the issue a lot because they do it cheaper. This problem of importation will no longer be there. Yes, and then it's going to really solve things. That's what I really know for sure.
If we say we should legalize no fire or illegal bunkering, my brother, no oil or crude will travel down through this pipe too. I'm telling you, they will intercept all the pipes and divert them, not to use them or put them to effective use. You see how dangerous it is now. I've lost many of my friends in the village to this bushfire. Although it is a livelihood for people, it brings money to youth.
But that means a very lucrative.
But what I will say is, we have refineries. Nigeria has refineries on Delta. We have refineries. If they actually establish those refineries, employ those youths, perhaps train them, they already have the know-how. It's a matter of being up to the international standard. Put them in those refineries, and if they produce, definitely all this will be sorted out now.
I think there's a lot of mess going on in those refineries. A lot of mess and
nobody. It's not working now.
They are always awarding monies to rebuild the refineries. I think this our guy, Tam Silva. He was there. I think sometime last year. Was it last year or early this year? He mentioned something about monies being disbursed for that as well. Analyst, do you have any information on that? Something like that. I think some money they released for the refurbishment of those refineries. That up to now, nothing. Nothing has been done. And this is not the first time. We've heard many times about, and that's even the more reason why I think they should just see. Government cannot do all these things. Sometimes the government should just allow private individuals to take care of this. allow these guys to do it. The government running these refineries, we've seen it that it's not working. And to me, I feel there's no point. It's a foolish thing to repeat the same thing and expect a different result. Like it's not going to work. And so they should just allow guys. Personally, I think if I had my men, I'm going to bunker it. So like, there's a lot of.
Going to bunker.
I'm going to the bunker, man. Full-time bunker.
I'm going to bunker. Well, it's actually a good idea. But if it is left for private, not just private individuals, willing minds, but the problem will be on how best to regulate. What are the yardsticks? What method do you use? You know how those people actually intercept those pipes to do this bunkering? It has caused a lot of, let's say, damages in the sense that I think a neighbor community to my village once got burned because of this illegal interception. It exploded and caught fire. Only God, otherwise the whole community would have wiped out.
Yeah, but I think
all those are
most of those issues arise because it is being done illegal. So most of these boys, they are hiding from the police. They are trying to do it as quickly as possible before you are caught, and then want to do it as covert as possible. But if the government should come in and allow them, of course, they can create points on those pipes. Turn off those oils that flow through the pipes, and then the government creates some points there, allocate licenses to people, and then it can be done in a much more secure and safe way. That way, all these problems arise because it is being done illegally. So when you do it that way, of course, then more pipes are being laid for more persons to come into the business. It becomes easy for everyone, and then it becomes safer. And then another problem that leads to all this oil issue is also because since it's being done illegally, most of them do not invest so much into safety measures. Have you seen pictures of where some of these bunkers take place? Like, it's hell. It's bad to look. It's so unsafe. Like, you just see oil spilled everywhere, crude oil everywhere, petrol everywhere, and
charcoal everywhere.
Charcoal everywhere, and you just know that place can explode the next minute, and that's all because it's being done illegally. But if they have the license from the government, it can be done in a much more safer and clean way. And then everybody goes home happy. The government taxes them, get their revenues through tax. People become, more employed, and then there's fuel available for everyone.
I think the best way to do that means you are saying that the natural resources should be added to the states to manage. That would be indirectly saying.
But I'm not saying it directly. I'm saying it directly.
Government would not.
The idea of the federal government.
The local government chairman and the state chairman should handle it. And because if you are bringing it down to anybody to having a license to do it, that means it should be open to anybody who is interested. And that will be come down to how the state will regulate and how they are going to conduct their affairs within their. So that is a big thing. It is to say we are saying that okay, let us practice true federalism, which they are afraid of practicing. So now that will now bring up a bigger issue as to whether we should consider true federalism as to states managing their own resources. Well, if you say okay, license open, anybody can come and get license, and that is a sensitive area of. In fact, it's a major economy. It will now break down or crash the revenue, because that is what they are trying to using in the country or the state to manage their affairs, so to say. So that is major. So if that be the case, that means we are now opening up our major source of income to the states. Whoever.
Not just to anybody can come. Whoever. To the state.
License is open. Anybody can come and
apply. No, not anybody can come and. Okay, so for instance, I just heard of a situation where I don't know how true that rumor is. So, okay, somebody debunked it yesterday. Made me understand that been debunked. That a license was given to only Dangote to import petrol into the country. I didn't like that when I heard that news, because I understand that there are giving it to one person is bad for any economy, But then I was made to understand that that story was false, that it was actually issued to two persons. I've not verified that myself, But if we have any information on that, I think I can will be informed on.
So we have information that the House of Representatives on the state of the refineries in Nigeria as at May 31st, 2023 reported that the federal government has spent 11.34 trillion naira on rehabilitation of the country's refineries from 2010 to 2020. In 10 years, they've spent 11.34 trillion naira and still no refineries.
But money has been talking. Things have been
11 points. Shit, this country is messed up.
But what he promised us now is that when it comes, Every year, one year, one
sorry,
refinery.
11.3 trillion naira. Jeez.
It's small now. What is 11.3 trillion in Nigeria's economy? That is 1% pocket money.
11.3, that's like how many Cadillac?
It's a small money now. We are just mystifying that money because we are in the receiving end, so we don't know. That is a small change to one politician in the
11.3 trillion, like that's whole shit. But and the refineries are still not bleeding any oil. I mean, no petroleum product, nothing.
The cobwebs are still there. They are saying the cobwebs are still there.
You know, but I think that's it. And this is public knowledge. Everybody knows that the whole system is fucked up. You know, and it's the same issue that also came out to clear in this Midsommar and Jam issue. For instance, when I don't know if you heard of the Midsommar Jam issue.
I was following it up. And,
no. Of the young girl,
pathetic.
yeah, or the young girl who came out to say that she had the highest score in Jam, and then somehow the whole story with Jam came out to say no, she didn't have the highest score in Jam, and all of that. And what amazed me about the information was the fact that almost everyone that came out to comment on it on the radio, on the television, you know, all seemed to support the girl. Nobody really cared to imagine if perhaps the girl would have forged the result. In fact, you needed to hear and most of the comments people made were like, that was how, that our system is so bad, that we saw what happened in the election, how the whole thing was rigged and all of that, that our systems here in Nigeria are so bad. So for Christ's sake, how can a small girl like that have Jam, who know all the nonsense that happened? They wanted to take that result and give it to one big man's child, and so they should give it to the innocent poor girl.
Fact, they are fighting Indigo.
Yes, yes. Yes.
But
they've never loved us. They never loved us. No, they refuse to give us the presidency. They don't want to even give us the highest Jam score.
Even though the second highest is from there.
Yes. You know, so, but it's the whole thing, you know, still spoke about how people were so dissatisfied with the system that even when it's like the problem is not from the system, people do not really have the patience anymore to even look at like this Midsommar thing, like that girl is whack. As far as
the problem is now, I think Nigeria is having a war now, a war between the people and the government. Anything that has to do with the government interfering or having to do with any individual, and the thing is not favoring the individual, all of us, the government, will come again. We don't care to know whether she actually went to do one or two. That is to force the results. So long as it has to do with Buhari or Tinubu government or the government at large. Oh, you have come. Me too, I actually supported the girl. What's up now? Because anything is possible. What has he gone to do? I didn't know that she went to... And that's not just the problem. Innocent Motors Limited came to pledge, I think, 3 million award, scholarship award to the girl.
3 million.
Yeah?
3 million.
3 years. And some other persons pledged same. So that's those pledges or those support that were offered were not even given to the girl that had the genuine highest score.
Really?
And even after the issue, and from the panel, as she confessed now. That,
she confessed.
Even after that, Innocent just withdrew his support from her.
So,
but the girl that actually, so now she's now this fake girl. In fact, let me call her, she's remembering, but fake girl in this aspect. I mean, in this context, fake girl has now overshadowed the little blessing the girl that had the genuine score would have had in the name of she having the highest jump. Till now, Innocent has not said anything about the girl that had the highest. Other people, even one guy now from his name is on Twitter, Bitcoin Lord or something, Bitcoin Chief. He said,
Bitcoin
to select any university in UK, I think US or so, anywhere of our choice. Still, till now, he said he still maintains it, whether or not in fact, the government is fucked up. They've been doing this, so in fact, Tinubu came through a means not consistent with the law. So why do we penalize each other for doing? In fact, she's following our father's footsteps, that Tinubu now, and all that. No, you see what I do. So now the girl that had the genuine Scotty now, we've not known what support she has had because, in fact, we know the girl that's the fake girl more than even the genuine. So these are issues that even though we know that the government is not trying for us, we too we should be genuine to ourselves. So now this is not a fight between you and the government, but the fight between you and someone who has worked hard to have. She's not even up to among the list or in the list of the 100 best Jama escort.
No. I learned her genuine score was it 249 analyst.
24 something, 242 or 246 or so.
Okay, so before I give you that fact, I will draw you back to the issue of the import licenses. First, the news that made round was that NNPC issued license to Dangote to import refined products to the country, and the NMDPRA, which is the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority chief executive, came to debunk that news that in the first place, NNPC does not have the right to issue licenses. NNPC is a limited liability company like every other company, so they don't have the power by law to issue any license.
Okay.
The only authority or agency that has such power to issue such license is the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, which is the NMDPRA. And they have said that they did not issue any such license to Dangote Refinery. Rather, that in this July, they have approved 6 companies to import PMS, and they have 23 undergoing processing that will likely scale to.
And add up to the 6.
Add up to the 6.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's fair enough. So that they will not monopolize the.
Yes.
The more it is it lacks competition. The higher the price.
And then the customers start to suffer
and
so much from it.
talking about these oil and this, so what about this surveillance?
That's
the contract given to Tam Paleowei.
Tantita or whatever.
Tantita.
Oh boy, I think okay. So firstly, when I saw that thing, I don't really know what our navy is doing in this country. Like, I'm so disappointed to know that a surveillance contractor in Tam Paleowei was able to intercept a vessel that I was made to understand has severally been in this country and has illegally taken petroleum products out of this country in the past 10 years. I have our navy there securing that place, purportedly, and have been able to intercept, ensuring that everything is in order.
Very vigilant.
Yeah, they've been very vigilant, not sleeping at all.
Very vigilant.
And all this thing has been going on there. And Tam Paleowei came in and then intercepted the vessel. I learned the vessel is about 800,000 capacity, or it was caught about 800,000.
Some of those vessels are almost as big as a stadium.
800,000, that's like, that can swallow a full community also. Like, yeah, And then we're doing the mathematics today. And then when they say 800,000 liters of, is it barrel or liters of crude? Barrels. So 800 barrels of crude in dollars would be, okay, 800,000 barrels. When multiplied by $72 per barrel, right? 800,000 by $72 per barrel, that would be like, is it 52 million? When we did the calculation this morning.
So just there about us.
Yeah, $52 million, right? $52 million, and if you multiply that by naira, that should be how many billions? So they intercepted the vessel containing billions of dollars.
Which are having this free day.
In fact, they'll be coming in, raping and going out, coming in, raping and going out.
They're raping us.
Coming in, raping and going out, like, they just come rape us.
And if you see these points, the points of load, the instruments they use, the tools, you see the setup, it's just very massive and so obvious. It is someone who has sourced money to have actually, not just one person.
No. And that's the reason why a lot of big shots are involved in this shit. A lot of big shots. You and I can't go into that kind of business, for Christ's sake.
Where you want to get
Okay, so
how much have you seen this money? Where do we get money?
That vessel was carrying 800,000 barrels of crude oil, and if you multiply that volume by the current price of crude oil in the international market, which is about $75 per barrel, that means that vessel was carrying $60 million.
Okay, so now let's not go into nairas.
So if you multiply that figure
shit.
by 755, 60 million multiplied by 755.
It's almost 700 something.
Okay, hold on, just tell us.
What?
That's 45
billion.
billion naira. That is just one.
So can the two of you do that?
Okay,
Oh, no.
okay. Honestly speaking, I don't have the money to do that, but really, if I have the opportunity, and I'm going to do that, my friend.
How will it be?
If I have the
Tom Pole is now on CEO. Tom Pole with his candidate boys are now on CEO.
I wish he wasn't there.
You know, when they gave him the contract now, I started talking about saying, for life till the kingdom come, we will not agree. How can Tom Pole leave Delta State to come and survey pipeline in
River State?
Not just River State. River State is not
in-
a business though.
in Bayelsa?
In Calabari
Okay.
and Bayelsa. Is it till he dies? He will not. In fact, if he comes near anywhere near any of the pipelines near Calabari, he will go to access.
I think it was a matter of personal interest and
Interest now, like he was looking for it actually too.
yeah.
You know, recently he went to meet with Tinubu.
That contract is worth about 3 or
4.7 billion monthly, 4.3 something billion, 4.7
yeah,
billion
4.
monthly.
What Jesus Christ, like
4.7 billion every.
to one individual monthly, like I mean, everyone should cry out for a piece
Well,
of
he's
piece
going to
of the pie.
employ boys now who will go around and survey. It's a way of pacifying him because there was quite a little unrest coming from Niger Delta.
Yes,
A
yes,
little,
yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
and they know that the key person who they will believe or boys will fear or maybe want to hear out in this kind of this in this
48 billion
billion per
48 billion
per-
naira
month.
annually.
annually. So that so divided by 12 should be like
4 billion.
4
4
billion.
billion.
Sorry, 4 billion.
4 billion monthly.
Monthly.
4 billion monthly.
I seen it now. So does that trying to
Yeah, if I'm Asari, I'll also cry too. Like, I mean, let's forget about the Calabari. I mean, why should all of
he
that
said
go to
he will
one
kill
person?
him. After that, then I think he met him. Tom Pole met him. Shortly after, he said it's good that we are all together.
Wow.
So he too would have eaten his own share.
Wow.
And lately, now, I think recently he went to meet with Tinubu now in the Asarok.
Yes, to the state.
In closed door. We don't know if he's convincing him to take it out from Tom Pole and give to him. Because definitely it is going to...
It's about interest. It's about interest. It's
At
about
least,
interest.
my own is so long as they do whatever is required of them to do. They've already, I think, destroyed so many of the illegal bunkering sites in those areas where they used to. Boys are crying too at the same time.
Okay, well, I think we are out of time, so I believe we'll meet some other time and then still have a very long and interesting conversation.
I think I wanted to key more on this girl's
Midsummer's issue.
but no problem.
Yeah, I think
That girl has stolen the glory of a very wonderful, genuine girl who has on her own scored. Till tomorrow, I will not forgive that girl.
I think if I open a HK for Yahoo Boys, I'd like to have Midsummer on my crew. All right, then.
All right, thank you for having me.
Is that right there?
We
Thanks.
hope that.